Good morning, everyone, and welcome to First Niagara Center. Just to give you a quick rundown of what will take place here, we'll hear from the three gentlemen up here. Afterwards, we'll have a question and answer period. We have microphones, if you can just wait for the microphones. And then we'll also have a photo up here with these three gentlemen. And after all that, they'll be available for one-on-ones. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to the President of Hockey Operations, Pat LaFontaine.
Thanks, Gibby. It's great to be here. Thank you for everybody attending this press conference. A special thanks to Terry and Kim Pagula, our owners, our Ted Black, our president, our executive staff, Ted Nolan, our coach here. I want to thank our organization, our whole organization, for their patience during this process. I would also like to thank all the candidates for the opportunity to interview them, their organizations. In particular, I'd like to thank Brian Murray from the Ottawa Senators and John Davidson from Columbus Blue Jackets for obviously their opportunity to hire these candidates here today. I'd like to also take this time, it's kind of comfortable for me to be in the middle playing center my whole life. To have these wingers is pretty special. The guy to my right here, I don't know what else you can say other than the Olympics are around the corner. He's won a gold medal in 1980. He's won championships, Stanley Cups. He's a Hall of Famer. We're so excited and proud to have him on board as a special assistant and advisor to the hockey department. I can't tell you, Craig, how proud we are to have you. Thank you. On my left, we have a great tradition here in Buffalo. I think the first great general manager who had an eye for talent was Punch Himlak. Brought the French Connection here to Buffalo. I think we have the next great eye for talent, an evaluator. He's paid his dues. He's done everything in the game. He's done a great job developing hockey players. He's going to bring in, along with our staff, the next great Buffalo Sabres for our future. I'm proud to announce our next general manager, Tim Murray.
Thanks, Pat. I'd like to thank Terry and Kim Pagula and Pat LaFontaine for giving me this opportunity. This is my first GM job, obviously. I've had, I think, some opportunities in the past to get my name in the ring, and this is the first time that I thought that it's a real serious job and the right situation and the right time for me to come to a city like Buffalo, where you just strap on your boots and strap on your skates and work hard. And that's my history. That's where I'm from. My background is in evaluating players and people, and I think this is the right time for me to start doing that again. And I'm extremely happy that I've been given this opportunity. I'd also like to thank my wife and three kids for 21 years of patience and not seeing me a lot, for being on the road, and they've obviously put up with a lot, and they're not here today, but this is an exciting day for them also. And there are a lot of people that aren't here also that have helped me, and that's the scouts, the guys that do all the work. I got the opportunity based on the people that have helped me get here, and there's a large amount of them, but there's a few core people, and I'm not going to name them. They know who they are, and without them, I would just be a hockey guy. I wouldn't be considered a special talent or a guy able to find special players. So you can't do it on your own, and there are guys out there that are in their cars right now going to games or getting ready to go to games, and they've been a big influence on me and a big help for me. And lastly, the guy, Brian Murray, who gave me the opportunity 21 years ago to get into this business and has brought me along, has really been a mentor for me, and he obviously gave me the opportunity to leave him and come here, or have the chance to at least talk about the job here, which worked out. So that's it for me.
Thanks, Tim. I'd like to introduce now, on my right here, Hall of Famer Craig Patrick.
Thank you, Pat. It's great to be here today. Getting to know the Pagulas a little more. I met them several years ago, but they're great people. I think everybody's realizing that here in Buffalo. I've known Ted Black for a long time, Ted Nolan. It's just great to be part of this family. I'm really looking forward to being part of it. I've had many rebuilds in my career. I was a GM for 23 years and rebuilt a lot of teams, and this is going to be fun, and I'm really anxious to get started, and I'm just happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Mark and Ian have microphones if any questions from the media. Just raise your hand. Paul? Paul?
Pat and Craig, what is Craig's role going to be now in the hockey department?
Craig is going to be a special assistant and advisor to the hockey department.
What does that amount to?
He's going to be around. He's going to help evaluate. He's got the experience. He's won Stanley Cups. As he said, he's gone through rebuilds. I think his advice and his experience is going to be tremendously valuable through this process.
Adam?
Adam Benini, WGRZ. What will be for Pat and Tim, division of power, I guess isn't maybe the right word, but how will you envision working together within the hockey department?
Well, he's the general manager in the day-to-day operations. One thing I found out during this process and interviewing, and it's been a great process, and I interviewed some tremendous candidates out there. I wanted to find the right fit for our organization. I think Tim's eye for talent. He's done a great job in Binghamton. They just won the Calder Cup a few years ago. He's gone through these rebuilds in a sense, and it's a team. Really, it's kind of the office of the general manager, but Tim's going to wear the hat, and he's earned it. He's spent 21 years on the road. He's done every job to get to this point. His last job has been as an assistant general manager, and he's had some success everywhere he's been. And he's going to have success here in Buffalo, and we'll work together as a team. It's going to take a team, and that's what we're all about, whether it's in the hockey operations department or whether it's on the ice. It's about the team.
John?
Tim? Over. Hi, John Bogle with the Buffalo News. As you mentioned, your resume appears to show you're ready. As you mentioned, this is the right situation. What was it about this situation in particular that made it the right one?
I think a lot of things came together, obviously, with talking to Pat. He showed a lot of interest and a lot of respect in what I'd done in the past, which wasn't a big job or a glamorous job. So I think he told me and showed to me that the importance of scouting, of evaluating, and I think that's evaluating is everything in our game. We do it every day. You're not supposed to do it, but we do it. We judge every day, and you want to make better judgments every day versus making poor judgments. And so he's right. It's a team. I may be talking to a general manager, but when you get off that phone, you're discussing that conversation with the people around you, and everybody's a sounding board, and the better people that are around you, the better decisions you're going to make. So I think that, and there are good prospects here that the people here before me have acquired. I like that, and obviously ownership allows you to do your job. It allows you to spend money when the time is right, but that's on the ice. But it's development, putting in a program, and we've talked a little bit about it last night, and they're very open to doing things properly, and if it costs a little more money, then we're going to do it. And I think development, you can draft a guy in the first round. If you don't develop him right and you're not on the ball with him, you can lose him. And the other side of it is you can draft a guy in the fifth round, and if he's developed right and you do all the right things, he could become a player. So it's about detail, and I see a lot of good people in the organization and a lot of good things happening. It might not look like it from the outside, but from inside, I think great things can happen here by working hard, and it was attractive to me.
Jeff?
Tim, Jeff Russo right here from Channel 7. First of all, welcome to Buffalo. Congratulations. One of the big first decisions you'll have to make will come at head coach. What do you know about Ted Nolan as a head coach? Who will have the final say on the permanent role, and how will Nolan, in the interim basis, roll into that decision?
I know Ted from arenas. Seen him in arenas watching games, whether he was watching his kid or scouting or scouting for Sault Ste. Marie. It's been I've known him a long time on a casual basis. He's the coach of this team. I got the job last night. I'm going to come in here and try to establish a relationship with Ted and his coaching staff, get to know them. But he's the coach right now, and whatever happens going forward will determine everything else. But there's no preconceived notions. He's the coach of the hockey team, and I'm looking forward to getting to know him and to getting to know the staff and to getting to know the style the style of coaches they are and the style they want to play. And I have ideas, and Pat has ideas, and it's a clean slate here, and it's the same thing I'm going to tell the players. And it's a cliche, but that's the way it is. So right now he's the coach. Right now his assistants are his assistants, and we're going to continue to play games and try to get better.
Mike?
Tim, Mike Harrington of the Buffalo News.
Yep.
Mike Harrington of the News. Tell us a little bit about your philosophy of how you want this team to be built, and specifically in the short term, how are you going to approach the Ryan Miller situation? A lot of guys want a franchise goaltender. A lot of guys think with the cap it doesn't need to be done at big money. How do you attack the Miller situation going forward initially?
So how to build a team or Ryan Miller?
Well, I mean, the issue is, do you build a team with a goaltender? Do you sit down with Ryan and talk contract, or what are your initial short-term plans? He's the guy everyone wants to know about.
Well, right off the bat, short-term is to talk to Kevin Devine and go over the scouting staff, and obviously we're going to have one high pick or two high picks this year. So my short-term goal in the next couple of days is to go over lists and reports with him and to make sure that we're on the right page draft-wise, because that's how you build a team. You build a team through the draft. Good drafting allows you to trade well, and then you use free agency to put you over the top. So that's my philosophy. I think that we've discussed that. I think that's the way to go forward here, and that can be done quickly. You may trade draft picks for established young players from other teams that don't have the money to sign them to their next contract. That's still part of the rebuilding process because they're young. They fit the mold of what you're trying to do here. As far as the veteran guys that are UFAs, that is a short-term decision also coming with the trade deadline coming, and that's the market dictates that. I can't go out and tell you right now I'm going to trade all the pending UFAs if there's no market to trade them. If there's a market and it makes sense, this team's in last place right now. Everybody can be traded, and it has to make sense. And you just don't make trades for me to come in here and show you guys that I'm active and I think I'm smart. That's not the way to go about it. So I think our phones will ring off the hooks here if going forward on these guys, and I believe that the market will dictate certainly what you get for them, and it'll also dictate if you are going to trade them or not. And that's vague, but that's just reality.
Pete?
Tim, Pete Gallivan from Channel 2 here in Buffalo, right back in the...
Yeah.
Just wondering, we've been looking forward a little bit. Look back, what part of your resume and what your experiences prepares you most for this position and moving forward?
Well, I think the foundation in scouting prepares you for a lot of this job. I think personality comes into play, decisiveness. Are you willing to make tough decisions? And I think that maybe was part of Pat's decision on me. But my background is in scouting. I've done a lot of different managerial jobs as far as contracts and stuff like that. But I mean, I think the main thing is evaluating players, being able to project players, being able to understand what constitutes a good trade or an average trade or a bad trade, knowing the market, as the previous question was directed at, trading the older guys. I just think that just being in the field and I believe having a pretty good eye has set me up to get in this position right now.
Bucky?
Bucky Gleason, Buffalo News, right here. Can you tell me, anybody that's up there, Craig, whether you know what the marriage was with Tim, who brought you guys together? Tim, what did you like about Craig? Craig, what did you like about Tim that you figured it would work?
I actually, I didn't know until yesterday that Tim was going to be here, and I don't think Tim knew I was going to be here. So yeah, I think Pat should probably answer the question.
I'll answer that one, sir. I think one of the commitments I have to Terry and Kim Pagula was to put together what I thought would be the best hockey operations team to build the best team for the future for the Buffalo Sabres. And I've identified Tim Murray and Craig Patrick as pieces to that hockey operations team that's going to really help us get to where we need to be.
If I could just follow that up.
Yeah, sure.
Craig, you knew that you were coming here, but you didn't know who the general manager was going to be?
That's correct.
Okay.
Adam? Oh, Jim? Adam?
This is, thanks. This is for, in the back here, guys.
Over
Back
left.
left to your, sorry. This is for Craig and for Tim. When you look at the number of picks and maybe some of the prospects, the assets this organization has right now moving forward, how would you evaluate, that overall picture in terms of a rebuild?
Well, I think there are